Hi, it's Steve Vibronics here, and I want to take you behind the scenes and tell the whole story of the journey that the title track from the new album Ancient Breeze has been on, from inception back in 2019 right up to its release today. So how did it all start? This rhythm was actually born in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, way back in 2019. A rainy day off, recovering from the long journey and adjusting to the jet lag, out comes the laptop and I started making some music in the hotel room. Not long later, the bare bones of what is to become Ancient Breeze start to form in my headphones. Sounds good to me, slow and heavy, so I save it and on we go with the tour. Forward a couple of years and it's time to start work, this time further north in Latin America, on the Stepping into Mexico album. I send out various rhythms to the artists that we've assembled for this amazing project, and a Poffin dub picks up on this one, and with that, the opening track of the album is born, a track called Cerrito. But the story doesn't stop there. The raw rhythm from Sao Paulo has also been passed on to some vocalists here in the UK, and I'd recently reached out to Richie Culture from just down the road in Birmingham, and he also loved the track. So he came over to my dub covered studio and recorded a real killer called Ruler of the Dance. And hold tight Richie out there, for sure this one is getting a release sooner or later. Anyway, I started playing this version out as an opening track when I was selecting, and a lot of people asked me about it, so I had a feeling, okay, we're on to something with this rhythm. Forward again, this time to Brixton, where I'm recording a new album with Mafia and Fluxy in the studio. I asked them to play this rhythm, but this session is strictly live instruments, live drums, bass, piano and guitars. So the track takes on a whole new form, and with their top-don musicianship, somehow becomes slower, heavier and even more hypnotic. Now somewhere along the line, I'd hooked up with Joseph Lalibela, and like Richie Culture, he's from the great reggae city of Birmingham, not far from here in Leicester. And Joseph was looking for a more root-style project, maybe something with an old-school feel. So one more time, this rhythm, now as a raw, unmixed recording from the last Mafia and Fluxy sessions, was sent over, and instantly Joseph Lalibela felt a vibe and recorded what was to become Ancient Breeze. This title track from the new album, a beautiful and deeply personal retelling of his experiences travelling in Ethiopia. We talked about re-recording it in my dub cupboard studio, but I fell in love with that first take, that instant raw vibe. So apart from adding a few extra backing vocals, that voice is what you hear on the record. A few extra melodies and a lot of mixing later, and that's it, we have it. Ancient Breeze, Joseph Lalibela meets Vibronics and the Mafia and Fluxy band. So thanks to anyone still listening at the end of this very long story. But for those still there, as always, I want to say a big thanks for all your support, so respect.
Love is lovely, war is ugly, I would say. There is an ancient breeze, a breeze that blows